What's going on, folks? It's Nike and welcome to an all-new MyGM episode featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers. And tonight, we are going to start things off sitting down with Anderson Varejao because he is currently very frustrated with the situation on this team. But instead of praising him, instead of motivating him, I decided to spark a fire underneath his bum because I need him to step up and start beasting on this team. He is not going to get minutes just like that. He needs to earn those minutes behind Andre Drummond. And furthermore, I decided to go through with two trades, which I am going to explain in a minute from now, but we did decide to let go of Spencer Hawes in exchange for Mr. Plumlee, and we also decided to let go of Luol Deng and Mr. Carrick Felix in exchange for the 2014 Orlando Magic first round draft pick. Now we all know the draft is going to be pretty good this year, and I wanted to make sure that this team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, is represented the right way. We now have 3 first round draft picks. We have the Dallas Mavericks pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder pick, and last but not least, we now have the Orlando Magic first round draft pick as well. Hopefully, we can manage to actually trade the Dallas Mavericks pick and the OKC Thunder pick in exchange for another high-ranking first-round draft pick. But yes, we're going to find out about that later on in this season once we're around the NBA draft. But for now, let me explain why I decided to let go of Spencer Hawes, Mr. Luol Deng, and Carrick Felix. Well, Spencer Hawes, I believe that was an easy decision right there. We had to clear cap space room, and last but not least, I wanted to give Anderson Varejao a chance to actually play more minutes out there. With Spencer Hawes and him combined coming off the bench, I just couldn't figure out the right balance of minutes for either of these guys, and unfortunately Anderson Varejao ended up being very unhappy with the situation of this team. And I certainly want to get him back on track. I want him to be happy because he is going to be a crucial part in our playoff runs, and of course coming off the bench. And hopefully, once we get LeBron James signed on this team in the offseason, he is going to be that key teammate that LeBron James wants to play with out there. So yes, those are some of the reasons why I decided to let go of Spencer Hawes and got Mr. Plumlee instead. Mr. Plumlee is going to pretty much be a bench warmer with a few minutes. And of course, Mr. Anderson Varejao is going to be our first option behind Andre Drummond moving on from here on out. But in tonight's game, he is not going to get any minutes. He needs to sit out here, watch us play, and remember that he is not going to get anything done if he just complains about the situation on this team and being a grumpy cat out there on the court. So yes, Mr. Anderson Varejao, get a grip, turn around your ego, and let's make this run for the NBA playoffs. And of course, let's make this run for LeBron James happen as well. Letting go of Spencer Hawes did clear a little bit of cap space, but the real clearing of cap space certainly came with letting go of Mr. Luol Deng. It has been something that I wanted to do ever since this series started, letting go of Luol Deng in exchange for a draft pick, but up until now, we just simply didn't get any amazing offers. And with this one, letting go of 2 players in exchange for a first round draft pick, I am not too confident about it just quite yet, and we have to see how well we are going to do in the NBA draft lottery, and hopefully we can get a top 3 draft pick, because that way this trade would certainly pay off. We would be letting go of Luol Deng, and we might be able to pick up an Andrew Wiggins, Jabari Parker, or maybe even Dante Exum, Joel Embiid. Who knows what we're going to do? I doubt that we're going to get Embiid because, let's face it, we already have Mr. Drummond and Anderson Varejao. But ultimately, and now I'm moving back to what we actually wanted to do originally in this series, which is to get LeBron James in the offseason. With our trades in tonight's episode, letting go of Spencer Hawes, Luol Deng, and Mr. Carrick Felix, we are clearing up a lot of room in our salary cap, and that should hopefully be enough to re-sign this man right here, Mr. Gordon Hayward, but also our ultimate small forward that we want to get on this team, our last missing piece to make a legitimate run for an NBA title, Mr. LeBron James. But with that being said, we are in fact making a push for the NBA playoffs as of now. We just finished the All-Star weekend, and now we are in the 3rd place of the Eastern Conference. And who knows, maybe we might even end up as the Eastern Conference Finals champions. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if we have what it takes to beat teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder out there, like the San Antonio Spurs, or possibly even these Los Angeles Clippers. And that is if we can get past the Indiana Pacers or the Miami Heat. So tonight is going to be kind of a testing game to see how we fare up against these Los Angeles Clippers, and we're certainly doing an amazing job in my opinion. We are currently up by 7 points, but unfortunately against a team like the Clippers, you can never be too confident. Because look at this! We got Darren Collison hitting that half-court shot to end the third quarter, shifting all of the momentum towards the Los Angeles Clippers going into the fourth. But once again, we are going back with our main man of tonight's game, Mr. Gordon Hayward. Now, I'm not sure if you guys were paying attention to what he was doing while I was talking in tonight's gameplay video, but this dude was certainly on fire, and he still is. He is just beasting out there, looking like a white version of Mr. Gerald Green. This guy, Mr. Gordon Hayward, he can drive to the basket, he can finish at the rim, he can knock down those jumpers. He might not be the best defensively, but look at him. His offense is just on fire in tonight's game. This dude couldn't miss in the first half, and in the second half he was still hot, but unfortunately couldn't knock down all of his shots. But at the end of the day, look at us with a 10-point lead with around 5 minutes left in this game. But moving on to the 3-minute mark of tonight's game, we got Kyrie Irving finding Mr. Dion Waiters, who knocks down that 3-point shot. And this has been something the Los Angeles Clippers have been doing repeatedly in tonight's gameplay, leaving my shooters open to knock down those 3-point shots. Their defense was collapsing every single time when we were driving into the paint. And of course, my shooters, Dion Waiters and Gordon Hayward, they were loving every single minute of it. But ending off this fourth quarter, I decided to attack the paint more often, going back to my two beasts, Mr. Kenneth Faried and Andre Drummond. It is all on them now to get this win. And look at Andre Drummond getting that block. But unfortunately, the basketball goes right back into the hands of the Los Angeles Clippers. And look at Jamal Crawford hitting that long-range 3-point shot. You have got to be kidding me. But at the end of the day, that is why I said you cannot count out these Los Angeles Clippers. They are going to hit some shots where you're just scratching your head and you're thinking, oh my goodness, no matter what type of defense I'm playing, they're just going to hit that jump shot and it doesn't even matter. But whenever these Clippers decided to attack the paint, there was nothing they can do to get past Mr. Kenneth Faried and Andre Drummond. Both of them played a huge game defensively. And ending off this fourth quarter, we have no respect for these Los Angeles Clippers, getting that alley-oop dunk to go to end off this game. And with the game clock winding down, we managed to walk away with a 9-point victory against these Los Angeles Clippers. A huge game considering that we just let go of 3 of our players before this game. And looking at the box score of tonight's game, we have Gordon Hayward ending up with 30 points, Andre Drummond with 7 blocks, and Mr. Kyrie Irving getting 18 assists. What a game by my new big 3. Stay classy, folks. Cheers, Nike.
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime.